It's been just 3 years since Logan Paul and KSI burst onto the beverage scene with Prime Hydration, a drink that didn't just sell, it exploded. In those early days, Prime was more than just a sports drink. It was a status symbol, a collector's item, a badge of I got it before it sold out. And for a while, it looked like nothing could stop it. But then, the shine started to fade. What began as the internet's favorite hydration drink slowly turned into one of the most controversial products on the shelves. Allegations, investigations, lawsuits, political outrage, and behind it all, a brewing question. Is Prime's empire crumbling faster than anyone expected? Let's rewind to January 2022. Logan Paul and KSI, two of YouTube's most polarizing figures, shocked the internet with a joint announcement. Not another boxing match, not a collab video, but a sports drink. Prime Hydration. The marketing was genius. Bright, bold bottles, catchy flavors, and an origin story that pitted them against global giants like Gatorade and Powerade. The scarcity was intentional. Drops sold out in hours. People filmed themselves driving city to city just to find a single bottle. Prices on eBay, insane. By the end of its first year, Prime was claiming over $250 million in sales. Supermarkets couldn't keep it in stock, kids were begging parents to hunt it down, and Logan and KSI were riding higher than ever. But here's the thing about meteoric rises, the fall can be just as fast. And for Prime, the first cracks started to show sooner than anyone thought. It didn't take long before Prime's perfect image started taking hits. The first major blow came when rumors began circulating online about forever chemicals, PFAS, allegedly being present in the drink. TikTok videos spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views, with self-proclaimed experts warning that Prime might be toxic. Logan Paul quickly denied the claims, calling them misinformation and pointing to lab results showing the drink met safety standards. But here's the problem. In the court of public opinion, once the seed of doubt is planted, it's almost impossible to erase. Then came the caffeine backlash. Prime's energy drink version, a separate product from its hydration line, packed 200 milligrams of caffeine per can. Critics argued it was being marketed in a way that appealed to children, despite containing the equivalent of 6 cans of Coke. Schools began banning it, health experts went on TV to warn parents, and every ban made headlines, keeping Prime's name in the news for all the wrong reasons. Soon, the controversies moved from social media threads to actual legal documents. Several lawsuits were filed against Prime, with allegations ranging from misleading advertising to health concerns. Some claimed that Prime's marketing exaggerated its benefits. Others alleged that labeling wasn't clear enough about caffeine content. In the U.S., multiple state attorneys general started looking into the drink, which in legal terms usually means we might come for you if we find anything. In the UK, regulatory watchdogs began circling too. Even if none of these cases ended in massive fines, the constant legal pressure forced Prime's team to spend more time fighting battles in courtrooms than winning over new customers. And for Logan Paul, who thrives on controlling the narrative, that loss of control was a big problem. Logan and KSI didn't just sit back. They went on a full-blown PR offensive. Podcasts, interviews, YouTube videos, all trying to flip the script. They showcased charitable donations, sponsored major sporting events, and doubled down on influencer partnerships. One of their biggest wins came when Prime became the official sports drink of the UFC, a massive deal that put the brand's logo on one of the most watched sporting stages in the world. For a moment, it looked like the controversies might fade behind the bright lights of the octagon. But the internet has a short attention span for good news, and a long memory for drama. Because just as the UFC deal was making headlines, another wave of criticism hit. This time, it wasn't about the drink itself. It was about Logan Paul. From the infamous Japan forest incident to crypto-related controversies, Logan Paul's name has been tied to scandal before. And when you're the face of a brand, Your personal baggage becomes the brand's baggage. Critics started linking Logan's past actions to Prime's present image. You'd see tweets like, "Why would I give my money to him?" Or, "Prime is just a cash grab like his NFT scams." KSI, despite having his own controversies, often played the role of the more likable co-founder in public perception. But as Logan's old scandals resurfaced, Prime's brand started feeling unstable, like it was built on two pillars, and one of them was starting to crack. When Prime first hit shelves, it had the scarcity effect working for it. People were hunting for bottles like they were rare Pokemon cards. Resellers on eBay were charging triple retail prices, and parents were literally driving to different cities just to grab a few bottles for their kids. But here's the thing about hype-driven scarcity. It's a bubble. Eventually, supply catches up with demand, and that's exactly what happened. Stores went from, "Sorry, we're sold out," to, "Oh yeah, we've got plenty in the back." Once Prime became easy to find, the magic wore off. People who were buying it just for the hype moved on to the next trending product. Then, numbers started to tell a worrying story. Sales growth slowed, repeat purchases dipped. In some markets, Prime even began losing shelf space to competitors. The early adrenaline rush that made Prime a viral hit wasn't translating into long-term brand loyalty. If you're PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, or Gatorade, Prime's early success wasn't just a curiosity, it was a direct threat. And in the beverage industry, the big dogs don't like threats. So they started fighting back, not with diss tracks, but with deep pockets and distribution power. Gatorade rolled out flashy new campaigns targeting Gen Z. Powerade refreshed its entire brand identity. Even newer startups began popping up, offering healthier or more transparent alternatives, subtly positioning themselves as the anti-Prime. And here's the part most people don't see. Those giant beverage companies have decades of relationships with retailers. They can quietly negotiate better shelf placement, push competitors to the bottom row, or even secure exclusive contracts that limit how much space Prime gets. It's not glamorous, but it's how you choke a rival without ever mentioning their name. Right now, Prime is at a crossroads. On one hand, it's still a cultural phenomenon with massive name recognition. On the other hand, it's a brand built on the back of two influencers whose careers are constantly under the spotlight, and whose controversies can erupt overnight. The question is whether Logan and KSI can evolve Prime from being the trendy influencer drink into a trusted, lasting brand. That means shifting focus from hype to habit, turning Prime into the drink people grab, not because it's viral, but because it's part of their everyday routine. If they can't make that shift, Prime risks becoming just another relic of internet hype, a product that burned bright, made millions, and then disappeared as quickly as it came. For now, Prime is still in the fight. It's still selling millions of bottles, still plastered on sports events, and still dominating conversations online. But every month, the challenges get louder. Every controversy leaves a mark. Every new competitor takes a small bite out of the pie. So the real question isn't whether Prime will survive this year, it's whether it can survive the next 5. Because hype fades, headlines fade, but the brands that last, they're the ones that outlive the drama. And for Logan Paul and KSI, that's the real test ahead.